Hi, friends. So, very few voice professionals, let me put a title up here. Very few voice professionals get pedagogy training with our college degree. And even if we did, let's be honest, we probably didn't pay too much attention because we were sure we weren't going to need that. We were going to be famous, right? Literally, the only thing I remember from my pedagogy class, I had a one semester pedagogy class, and I remember feeling embarrassed in front of a group of volunteer freshmen. I don't even remember why I felt embarrassed. I just remember I probably did something stupid and terrible, but something I failed at, right? And I also remember seeing a diaphragm in a cadaver because I was at Miami and they had a hospital. So, ew, right? That's about it. Most of us just get thrown to the wolves when we start teaching. You know how to sing, so go teach other people how to sing. And then once we're out there teaching singing, we mostly use the models that we came up with as students. This is what a voice lesson looks like. This is what it was like for me, so this is what it is, right? The problem with that is that you were very likely taking lessons in Western classical singing or maybe music theater singing, and now you're an independent teacher, so your student roster is... Hi, whoever did that. Your student roster is entirely or almost entirely singers of popular styles and or contemporary music theater, right? Now, you're probably aware that those lessons for those students probably should be a little different, but you don't know specifically how they should be different because how would you know? And so that's what we're going to unpack today. How and why a lesson for a pop rock singer might be different and what that can look like. So I am Meredith Colby. I support voice teachers and coaches to create confident teaching and singing of popular microphone-based styles. I am the author of Money Notes, How to Teach High, Loud, Healthy, and Forever, which introduces neurovocal, a way to sing popular styles that is based on brain science. Science. If you want information about me or what I do, you can join my mailing list and get freebies at my website, meredithcolby.com. Info, freebies, all the, whatever. Brilliant blog posts if I just say so myself, which I just did because nobody else is here. I am, thank you for being here with me today. If you are here with me today, please contribute to the conversation. I really appreciate comments. I love the hearts and thumbs. Facebook loves when I get the hearts and thumbs. Seeing them just helps me in so many ways. And if you are watching on YouTube, please like and follow. You know the deal. You know the drill, don't you? Okay, this week's freebie is, I haven't offered this in a while, so I'm happy to offer this again. It is a link to an opportunity to get my enlightening, life-changing, colorful, and easy-to-read ebook, Making Them Stick, an independent voice teacher's guide to attracting and keeping singers of popular styles. Catchy title, right? Just sticks in your brain. So if you want an opportunity to get that book for free, put lesson in the comments. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can find the link in the video description below. All right, now, here we go. I never claim to be an expert on Western classical singing because I like to stay in my lane. I don't know if there's an intentional format or framework for how voice lessons are supposed to go in Western classical voice training, but being a recovering classical singer myself, I have my 30-year badge, I do know that what those lessons typically look like. The singer warms up. These warm-ups may or may not address technical skills. Then the singer sings. The voice teacher listens for the things that the singer is doing that are not appropriate or accurate to the piece of music that she is singing. The teacher identifies one or more of those inappropriate singing behaviors that the singer is demonstrating and works to move the singer closer to what this teacher considers correct for that piece. Over time, the singer acquires skills that she can actually apply in an intentional way with some sense of what is aesthetically correct. It's a process, right? It takes a long time. The short version of that description is to say, in a classical or music theater lesson, you warm up, you break out the repertoire, the teacher fixes some of the parts of your song, and then we say bye until next week. We work on this song or aria until either we've made it better or we can't stand it anymore, or both. Now, it is very likely that this is the way you were taught. It's the way I was taught. I think it's the way most people were taught. It may be the way you're teaching. I don't know whether this is the most effective way to teach any type of singing. I don't know, but I know for sure that it is not the best way to teach popular styles. So I'm going to share an effective model for teaching popular styles. It's not the only model. Do not hear me saying this is the only way. It's just a way. And it's not the most important thing I'm going to tell you either. Today we're going to, before I tell you what that looks like, we're going to first talk about the what and then also the how. Okay, so here's the what. Do I have that? Do I have that? Oh, that was that thing. Okay. Do you like? I literally ignore my own notes. There we go. The what, and it's the most important thing to remember when you're working with a singer of popular styles, is that the values and aesthetics are defined by the singer themselves, not the genre. In classical and music theater, the music is composer generated, and the singer acts as an interpreter within the structure of that genre. In popular styles, the music is artist generated. So absolutely everything is on the table, you guys. Everything. The singer can do whatever they want. Now, luckily for us, they don't always know what they want, so that's one of the ways we come in. The reason this week's freebie is my ebook, Making Them Stick, is because I wrote it to help voice professionals with this very thing, that thing. It's like how to invite in a singer of popular styles and then nurture them once they get there. So again, if you want the opportunity to get that book for free, it's a mini ebook, again, colorful and delightful. In the comments, if you are watching, I'll put lesson in the comments. There it is again. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll get the link in the description below. Now, what all that means is that when you teach a teacher of, boom, there we go, popular styles. Hi, Sharon. When you teach a teacher of popular styles, you are acting primarily as a consultant. Think about that for a second. A consultant is a specialist who is hired to help a person or group solve a problem, meet a challenge, or excel in their field. You are that expert. They have come to you because they want one or more of those three things. Now, if you think of yourself as a consultant, it will put you in the right frame of mind to help this client. You can talk with them and to ascertain what they need their starting place to be. So they don't know what their starting place needs to be. You're the expert. So you can ascertain what their starting place needs to be. Do they need to solve a problem? We've all had the singer who comes to us with a specific problem, right? Who's very good identifying anything from like, I want to be able to sing happy birthday without feeling embarrassed, to my band is working more often and I've been losing my voice, right? Hi, Karen. When a singer gives you a reason that they've contacted you, if they state a particular problem or a particular goal, then that's why they're there. You're the expert, you're the specialist, you're the consultant. Help them solve their problem and reach their goal. They're specific. As a consultant, now here's the thing where you're really being your fabulousness, your unicornness. Okay, as a consultant, you're applying both the micro and the macro. I made a picture of that. Your expertise allows you to parse out and hone in on certain aspects of the larger whole and address them effectively. You can do this specific work while you are aware of the larger whole, something that your client is not yet capable of. So yeah, we have to balance that out, and we're going to get there in a second. But remember that, we get so good at what we're doing that we forget that we're really good at seeing the whole while we are parsing out the individual bits. And we forget that our clients have no idea how to do that. Anyway, so I'm going to suggest one way to run a lesson for popular music, popular culture music singers or singers of popular styles, but I want to point out those other things first so that you have context. And I hope you'll remember that popular styles are artist driven. So there's never one right way to do things, no matter what the thing is. And that makes your job both easier and trickier. I also hope you'll remember that your job is as a consultant, right? You're not leading a singer toward one correct way to sing, but instead you're helping them hone in on their challenges and their goals, and then empowering them with knowledge and tools. A model for an effective pop rock lesson is one that is in thirds. And again, this is a way, this isn't the way, okay? So we're just gonna go over this really quick. So a third of the time you're gonna spend checking in and warming up. A third of the time you're going to do goal-oriented exercises, crucial. And a third of the time you're gonna sing. So the check-in and the warm-up, check-in and warm-up. There we go. Now, we all know that the check-in can take a minute, right? So not too long ago, I read a blog from Michelle Marquardt-Devoe, who suggested some ways to keep that check-in from becoming a runaway train, which as it sometimes does, right? One of the things she suggested was to avoid that standard, "How are you?" question that we often ask, and instead ask specific questions such as, "What happened in choir today?" or "How have you used your voice today?" or "Are you still experiencing that cough you had last week?" Very specific questions that allow you to connect with that singer in that initial few moments without the runaway train effect, right? That will help you rein in that talking time and leave you with 5 or 10 minutes for a warm-up. Now, once you can tell their voice is loose and stretchy, okay, yeah, warm up, right? Then you do the warm up, right? You do your warm up, right? Once their voices are loose and stretchy, plan on 4 to 6 goal-centered exercises. Now, these exercises should address specific issues and should aim for specific outcomes. And please keep in mind that these outcomes should be applicable to popular styles. So if this person has a lot of vibrato, you're going to want to do straight tone exercises, for instance. Popular styles, not classical genres. And sorry, this is just my little public service announcement. Goal-centered exercises that focus on specific outcomes. For instance, again, like if your student has a very nice, lovely, natural chest voice or M1 register, which we get a lot of these, right? But then they shy away from their head register. We all have that person in our studio, or several of them. Do exercises for head register, right? Do like 2 exercises for head register, and then like 2 exercises for mixing into the higher range. Hi, Alex. So, because those are their issues, right? They don't want to go into the higher range and they don't like their head register. So familiarizing them with their head register, strengthening that head register, developing the acuity with their head register, and then doing a little bit of mixing up there so that they start to get the hang of that. And so, but the point is, know why you're doing them. Hey, Rita's here. Hi, Rita. Know why you're doing them and what outcomes you would like to move forward. So explain it to them without over-explaining, because you don't have time to over-explain, plus they don't care. And then for the last 1/3 of the lesson, pull out the song they're working on. Now in this part of the lesson, yes, Alex says, good advice for getting them to practice that range. Well, right, you have that person, don't you, Alex? We all do. They get to the teenage girl, right? She gets to the B natural and her voice switches and she goes, ah! She loses her mind. Or very quietly like, I hate that. Or she'll sing the wrong pitch. Yeah. So there we go. That person, we all have her. Alex says, yes, I do have that person. Okay, and then for the last 1/3 of the lesson, pull out the song that they're working on. In this part of the lesson, please, this is where you really see yourself as a coach rather than a teacher, okay? There is not one right way to Rita says, yes, we have those for sure. There is not one right way for this person to sing this song. There are lots of ways for them to sing the song. Help the singer learn to make musical decisions. Help her to craft her song rather than waiting for you to tell her, oh, I forgot this, exercises. See, I got a little wound up, and coaching. Here we are. All right, help her to craft her song rather than waiting for you to tell her what she did correctly or incorrectly. You can spend a bit of time listening to other singers. That's a good investment of a lesson time, you guys, is teaching them to listen. So for instance, if she's singing a Rachel Platten song, pull up the YouTube of Rachel singing the song and spend a couple of minutes pointing some things out to her. Skills that Rachel has, choices Rachel's making about how she's delivering that song. And then you can teach her to copy that, teach her to hear it, teach her to copy it, teach her to alter it in ways that make more musical or vocal sense to her. So once you dive into this way of song coaching, it's a lot of fun. And it doesn't have to happen in 1 week. It's like tiny little bird seeds, one week at a time, because you're shifting the consciousness of that student so that they're learning to be responsible for their own artistic choices. And that's the really fun part. That's the consultant part. And anyway, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it, because I know I do. I'm Chelsea. Hi, I'm glad everybody's here. Have a great week, everybody. I'm Meredith Colby. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this was helpful. Put lesson in the comments so you can get that freebie, and have a great week. Bye-bye.